So hello guys, welcome back to AgriXplorers. Here we are back again with a new series. In this series, we will be learning the concepts, advancements as well as fundamentals of soil science. So we are starting today a sub-series of the same section. It will be of fundamentals of soil science. We will be learning the concepts, the fundamentals of soil science in this series. We will be learning the basic concepts of soil as well as soil science, that what is soil, what are the concepts related to it. So let's start our series. So this is the content material that we will be covering through all this series. So we will be taking up with history, development, scope and importance of soil. Got it? Then we will be learning about soil genesis, that how soil is formed and what are the factors that influence soil genesis from rocks and minerals. We will be learning about weathering of rocks and minerals. We will learn about weathering, how it is done, what are the processes involved in weathering, as well as process and factors of soil formation. There must be some factor, there must be some process that will initiate soil formation. Now, we will be learning about that. We will be learning soil profile, components of soil, that how, what are the components of soil, which is soil composed of. There must be some materials, some minerals that would be composing soil. We will be learning about that. As well as soil physical properties. What are the physical properties that we can see and touch as well as feel. So we will be learning about soil texture, structure, density and porosity. These are the physical properties we will be learning about soil. As well as we will be learning about soil color, consistency and plasticity of soil. On further moving to this sub-series, we will be learning about soil surveys, soil taxonomy, classification and land capability classification. Also, we will be learning about soils in India, what are the types of soils that are found in India and what are the majority states in which what different soils are found. Further moving on, we will be learning about major prospects of soil, that is soil water, soil air, soil temperature, soil reaction, as well as soil colloids. These are the few major components of soil that we will be learning thoroughly in complete elaborated form. We will be learning about soil organic matter as well as soil organisms. And in the end of this series, we will be learning about soil pollution, how it is, how soil is getting polluted, what are the major constituents that are polluting soil and how we can overcome this problem. So further moving, we will be learning about soil. Got it? So we are learning soil science, right? So we must know that what soil is. Until and unless we don't know what soil is, how can we learn soil science? You can't learn about something until and unless you don't know what it is. So starting with soil science and soil. So what is soil? Soil can be defined as a natural dynamic body. We got here natural dynamic body. Natural, all of you know that it is derived from nature. It is made up of natural elements. But what is dynamic? Dynamic is something that keeps changing with time, that has ability to evolve itself with time. Keeps changing with time. Or has ability to evolve with time. Developed as a result of different pedogenic processes. How it is developed? It is developed as the result of different pedogenic processes. What are pedogenic processes? Pedogenesis we will be learning further. And there are different processes that form soil, which we will be covering in upcoming lectures, which take place during and after weathering. What is weathering? Breaking down of rocks is known as weathering. In short term, you can understand like that. In which all forms of life grow. So soil can be defined as a natural dynamic resource, which is result as which is a result of different pedogenetic processes. There must be something that must be processed to get the result now. So this is result of weathering of rocks. The breaking down of rocks is the process by which we getting a result. The result here is development of soil. And soil can also act as a base for growing of all the forms of life, which can be macro as well as micro. So moving on, soil science, our topic, of course. So it can be defined as the science dealing with soil as a natural resource. So what do we take soil science as? We take soil science as a science that deals with soils and assumes it as a natural resource where on the surface of earth. Okay. So a natural resource present on the surface of earth, and the science which deals with it is known as soil science. And it also includes pedology. And what is pedology? Pedology is the form of science or part of soil science that is concerned with soil genesis, how soil is formed, classification, how and what are the types of soils that it can be classified or categorized into, and mapping of soil, as well as the physical, chemical and biological and the fertility properties of soils. Soil can have physical properties, chemical properties, biological properties, as well as fertility properties. So all these properties are dealt under soil science. And all these properties in relation to their management for crop production. We are learning about soil and we are students of agriculture, all right? So all the things we will be learning will directly or indirectly connect to crop or agriculture. So here, all these properties of soil we just talked about, like physical, chemical, biological and fertility properties. These all are learned under soil science, as well as their relation with crop production and its management in their form is also learned under soil science. There are some related terminology. Firstly, soil fertility. So what do you mean by soil fertility? It can be defined as nutrient supplying capacity of soil. All right. Soil chemistry. Soil chemistry can be defined as the science or chemistry dealing with the chemical composition, chemical reactions or chemical processes that are undergoing in soil or that relates to soil. All right. Soil physics, the physical properties definitely for soil, that is soil texture, soil color and all other things. Soil microbiology. As you all know, there are different types of microorganisms present in soil. They have their ecosystem built in soil. So the soil microbiology part deals with them. And pedology. Pedology can be defined as the study of soil itself. It can study the genesis of soil, means origin of soil, how did soil originate, as well as classification and mapping of soil. Further moving on, weathering. We just pronounced this word earlier, that what is soil? It is the result of weathering of rocks. No? So we should also know that what is weathering. So weathering can be just defined as transformation of solid rocks into parent material of regolith. So the thing is, earlier times there were only rocks. There was no soil on surface of earth or earth crust. So how did soil form? Soil just formed from the breaking down of rocks and regolith. So what is weathering? The breaking down of rocks into smaller rocks is known as weathering. And why does that happen? That happens due to physical, chemical change, also biological changes. And now coming on to regolith. What is regolith? It can be defined as unconsolidated parent material which lies on hard mass. Unconsolidated means loose parent materials, means between the processes of rocks to formation of soil, there comes a phase of regolith. Regolith is a loose material that is submerged or present on the surface of hard rocks. So, weathering to regolith, regolith to soil. There are a few other processes as well in between. We will be learning that elaborately further. Now, there are different approaches of learning soil science or learning soil. So, there's one such approach is pedological approach. And what does pedological approach means? It means that we will be learning throughout the soil science, and we will be majorly focusing on origin of soil. We will be learning about the survey of soil and its classification. We won't be taking out living organisms or it as a material of base for living materials as well. So in this approach, soil has been considered as a natural body. Okay, we have got it as a natural body, that it is derived from nature. It is just gifted to us by the nature. In pedological approach, soil origin, survey, classification of soil, examination of soil in the field are major constituents. So we will be working on these four constituents majorly in the pedological approach. Secondly, we have edaphological approach. What does that mean? Edaphological approach mainly focuses on the utility of soil or the use of soil, that how soil is used and what are its major roles. So in this approach, soil has been considered as a medium for plant growth rather than a natural resource and growth of organism based on its fertility and productivity. So in edaphological approach, we take soil as a medium for growth of plants as well as microorganisms. And in pedological approach, we consider it as a natural resource and majorly focus on the study of origin of soil, survey of soil and classification of soil. Okay? So majorly difference क्या है इन दोनों में? It is soil as a natural resource and soil as medium. Got it? Now, major focus is origin, survey, classification of soil, and major approaches growth related prospects of soil. Okay, so all right, we will be also taking up soil fertility as a part of this lecture. So what is soil fertility? Soil fertility can be defined as the ability of soil to supply all the 17 essential nutrients to plants in balanced proportion and in available form, because there are different forms of a nutrient and all the forms of nutrient can't be just taken by plant and used for its growth and development. So soil fertility is the ability to provide the essential nutrients in appropriate proportion that is needed by the plant for its growth and development, as well as available form. Okay, so there are 17 essential nutrients, as you all know. So how does this essential nutrient word comes from? So there are 3 criteria to confirm the essentiality of a nutrient. Firstly, plant can't complete its life cycle without the nutrient. Secondly, action must be specific. And nutrient must be directly involved in the growth or development. So these 3 criteria are set by the biologists and researchers, that if these 3 criteria are met for any nutrient, it is essential nutrient. So firstly, plant can't complete its life cycle without the nutrient. Secondly, action must be specific. And nutrient must be directly involved in the growth or development. So these 3 criteria are set by the biologists and researchers, that if these 3 criteria are met for any nutrient, it is essential nutrient. can't complete its life cycle. That अगर वो nutrient plant में available नहीं होता है, फिर soil में available नहीं होता है, तो plant की life cycle complete नहीं होगी. Secondly, action must be specific. यानी कि वो nutrient जो work कर रहा है, जो action कर रहा है, वो specific होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि फॉर एग्जांपल न्यूट्रिएंट ए कोई काम कर रहा है लेकिन न्यूट्रिएंट ए की एब्सेंस में वही काम न्यूट्रिएंट बी भी कर दे रहा है. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. इट मस्ट बी न्यूट्रिएंट ए की एब्सेंस अगर हो गई तो वो काम रुक जाना चाहिए. थर्डली, न्यूट्रिएंट मस्ट बी डायरेक्टली इन्वॉल्व विद द ग्रोथ ऑफ प्लांट. मीन्स देयर मस्ट बी डायरेक्ट इन्वॉल्वमेंट, यानी कि उस न्यूट्रिएंट का डायरेक्ट रोल होना चाहिए प्लांट की ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट में. So on these three criteria, there are 17 essential nutrients with us. So these essential nutrients are divided in further macro and micro units. Micronutrients are those which are needed in very less quantity. Trace amount. ये जो है प्लांट के ड्राई मैटर का लेस देन 1% कंस्टिट्यूएट करते हैं. ओके, सो माइक्रो में कौन कौन से आएगा मैल? Fe, दैट इज आयरन, Mn मैग्नीज, Zn जिंक, कॉपर, मोलिबेडनम, बोरॉन एंड क्लोराइड. ऑलराइट. एंड मैक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स कौन होते हैं? नीडेड इन हाई क्वांटिटीज for growth and development of plant. So इसमें कौन आते हैं? CHO. These are also known as the building block of the plant. NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, as well as sulfur, calcium and magnesium. Okay. So this is all about this lecture. In upcoming lectures, we will be learning about the history and development of soil science, then how soil science developed from its core to its peak, scope and importance, that what are these importances of soil science and soil, as well as what are the future prospects and scopes that we can go through, as well as we will be learning about soil productivity. So that's all. Thank you.